Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. There are some crazy numbers occurring on the XRP ledger right now. And mind you, this is at a time where, yeah, fine, we're in a bull market, but we've been consolidating, pretty much moving sideways, the market as a whole for over half a freaking year. But something special is happening on the XRP ledger, and we're seeing, for certain metrics, numbers that you would not expect to see unless we were in a kind of a more euphoric period. If you're, heading into alt season, things were heating up. And so to see the numbers that we're seeing right now is really kind of astonishing. I've been thinking back, having been an XRP holder now for 7 years and tracking this just about literally on a daily basis for that whole time. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. There have been some metrics that for various reasons would jump here and there. I haven't seen anything quite like this. The amount of usage that the XRP ledger itself is getting, it's unprecedented, completely unprecedented. So look at a couple of these headlines. XRPL reports record network activity. What's behind the surge? And then there's this from you today. XRP Ledger automated market maker sees extreme increase in volume. So I just want to share you some of the latest numbers. I mean, this is a topic, and I've mentioned a couple of things that had triggered this in recent days, but just a few days have passed and numbers through the roof. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So I'm sitting here thinking, if the XRP Ledger can perform like this in basically like a dead time for crypto, where we're just basically moving sideways, what the hell is this going to look like when the market actually does heat up? It's going to get a little bananas, I would presume. So let me run through some of this with you. Here's the headline from you today. Again, it's XRPL AMM sees extreme increase in volume. Automated market makers, AMMs for short, have experienced an extreme increase in volume. On October 27th, XRP Ledger recorded a total of $3.9 million in AMM volume, which is a new record high. The massive spike in volume was caused by a flood of meme cryptocurrencies. And folks, I'm going to show you in just a second. It's a new all-time high, and it's a dramatic all-time high. We've not seen anything even close to this in recent days, or recent history. And mind you, the automated market maker, it's only been around for a little over half a year. I want to say it was the end of March. If I'm mistaken, maybe it was early April. I want to say it was the end of March when it actually went live. And yes, you've been seeing activity trend upwards the whole time, which has been fantastic, but this spike, whew. Anyway, piece continues. A slew of microcap coins recently came out on XRP Ledger following the launch of First Ledger, which is a meme coin factory that is similar to Solana's extremely successful pump fund platform. The vast majority of them are basically worthless. Yeah, and that's true, and you certainly would expect that, but there are actually two platforms. Here's one called Magnetic. This is their website for those of you looking at the screen. And then there's First Ledger. So take a look at this. There's a coin called Drop, and I'm sure the vast majority of you know what a drop is. Each individual XRP it's divisible by 1 million, so that means that there's 1 million little pieces, units inside of one XRP. The tiniest unit is called a drop. So just like with Bitcoin, the tiniest unit inside of a Bitcoin is called a Satoshi, and there are 100 million pieces, little units inside of each individual Bitcoin. So it's called a drop. And if I'm not mistaken, I could swear that on X I saw it was my fellow XRP YouTuber Alex Cobb that created this. I apologize if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's true. But the drop coin was created 11 days and 5 hours ago. So from not existing to, a little over 11 days later, and it has a market cap of $6.44 million. You gotta love this. This is completely absurd. I love it, man. So Solana's, obviously, a lot of the activity has gone over there, as that article correctly stated, and it ended up being reflected in price. Like Solana, I'm not saying that's the only reason, but Solana obviously rocketed, and it is true that one of the things that a lot of coins that do end up pumping have in common, and the ones that hit new all-time highs, including last market cycle, is they had a very high total value locked. And so that could be anything from stable coins to tokens that are issued on the platform, including meme coins. It all adds up. There's more attention brought to the platform, brings more speculation, just more money in general. So whatever you think of meme coins, you don't have to like them. It doesn't matter. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's fine. Whatever your opinion is, I don't care. That's fine. I ain't judging. But it does actually matter. And people are talking about this more, and there are new people coming to the ledger, which I will prove to you in just a second here. At a time when there's not a lot of newcomers in crypto, the XRP ledger is getting new users. So that's great. So think about that. From zero, again, $0, because it didn't exist 11 days ago, a little over 11 days ago, to $6.44 million in market cap. Here's another one. Bear XRPL, $3.39 million market cap. And it does drop off pretty quickly. There's one called GOAT, $1.43 million. So not that any of these have utility, but people just want this. More on that concept in just a second here. I do totally get that. But this is really something. And yes, of course, I understand it doesn't mean that much money was placed into this. Of course, market cap is just a calculation by taking the circulating the current market price, and then you multiply it times whatever the circulating supply would be. But still, that means like real money, real value actually flowed into these things. It's just truly astonishing. There's this post from the blockchain backer. He's got the AMM history on the screen right here, and he wrote, XRP AMM volume explosion. Daily volumes are 40x what they were a week ago. And then the chart, that the chart was from XP Market. I mean, look at that. For those of you who can look at your screen, if you're not already, it's worth seeing this. Just make sure you're not driving or something like that. But look at that spike. Like, this is completely unprecedented. There's been nothing quite like this before. And it is legitimately bringing in new users. So here's XRP scan. And this is showing the chart in the middle here, showing the number of new accounts activated on the XRP ledger going back the last half a year. And I don't know what happened. There is a false data point here. It's showing that there were only 149 accounts created on October 26th. It was displaying properly hours ago. I don't know what happened. It's pulling data. Something failed. I'm sure they'll figure it out. And I don't remember what the number was for that day, but it was in the thousands. But you can see for most of the last half year, it's been mostly flat. So you might say on any given day, there might be about like 1,000 new accounts, a little less, a little more, whatever, but mostly kind of moving sideways. But then you see this huge spike starting, say, October 19th, where, again, you'd be averaging about 1,000 a day, but then on October 19th, it's like 2,712. Next day, 3,707 new XRP accounts in a single day. Then on the 21st, 3,504. And then the next day, it looks like it was going down, 2,506. It looked like maybe it's going to keep trending down, 2,272 on October 23rd, but then it went back up, 2,504 the next day, 3,167. Then it brings us to the 26th. Again, I don't know what the hell went wrong with that. I'm sure it'll get fixed at some point. And then you have the last full data point, which is October 27th, 3,507 new accounts created. So it's like this account creation, this has been sustained now for, a week. Like, that's pretty freaking, at a time when there aren't a whole lot of people newly jumping into crypto. But so maybe it is mostly a bunch of people that were already in crypto, but they're coming to the XRP ledger. Again, I've never seen anything like this. And you can also take a look at this, and this probably won't surprise you, but the number of AMM pools over this same time period, it absolutely spiked. Look at that. That is just wild. It went from what? About 1,000 to, what do we have now? Hold on. 4,552. I think that's the current number. Wow. Like almost a 5-fold increase in about a week. Insane. Look at the XRP pooled here. 15.2 million XRP pooled. And this didn't even exist, until, like I said, I think it was March of this year. So let me ask you something. Is this what happens on dead coin? Like, if a coin's dead, does it get more new users or more activity? Does it have metrics that hit new record highs? Or does it not? Because dead coin, you don't see this with dead coins. And this is why I keep saying, fine, I understand that you want the price of XRP to be higher. We all do. We're on the same team here. But eventually the market will sort that out. I'm just noticing that all of these things that you would want to be happening for a coin, they're happening. I really do believe ultimately the market figured this out. So if we're going to have crazy euphoria again in crypto, and I believe at some point we absolutely are, XRP, you better believe, is going to be a part of this. This is going to be talked about. Like, this is, people are absolutely going to figure this out. It's just truly, truly wild stuff. There's this post from Nick, Crypto Crusader, and he said, the XRP ledger AMM is going absolutely parabolic thanks to community meme coins launching over the last few days. On October 26th, there was over $3.9 million in volume recorded. This is absolutely insane and very bullish for XRP. Yeah, unquestionably true. I also want to share with you this post from Nick because it resonated with me. I seem to feel pretty similar to him. So I'm not a fan personally of these meme coins. I'm not buying any of them. I want nothing to do with them. I think it's little more than gambling. That's what it seems like to me. Now, but again, I say that I do recognize total value locked on a blockchain matters. And just because I don't like it, it doesn't mean that other people don't have a really fun time doing this, even though there's tremendous risk involved. Like, people enjoy gambling at casinos. Good for them if they really do, and I hope they're doing it responsibly. I hate casinos, for me personally. I do not have fun. I do not want to gamble money. I understand that there's a reason casinos exist, and if most people were winning money, they would not be. So I know if I stay there long enough, I lose money, and I use that logic to make myself say, this is stupid as hell. So no offense to any of you who do like casinos, as long as you can control yourselves and you can be responsible, knock yourself out, as long as you understand that the odds are stacked against you in general. So similarly here, I don't think obviously most people are going to make money, and a lot of people are going to get completely wrecked, but we're adults here. And so just because it's not my cup of tea, it doesn't mean it can't be yours. That's totally fine. I'm just sharing with you my personal opinion on this stuff. Like, I'm not going to incorporate this into my life. But still, I'm happy that other people are doing stuff that makes them happy using the XRP ledger. I think that's the overall point. And I think Nick worded this pretty well. He said, I think everyone should take a quick look at what's happening with XRP and the XRP ledger right now and realize how crucial retail-centric use cases are. Overnight, the XRP ledger went from practically flatlined volume on the AMM to exploding to new highs, all thanks to community-created meme coins. There will be rugs, no doubt, but it's just like other chains or even NFTs. Institutions and enterprises are coming, don't get me wrong, but while we wait, a lot of these chains are dying and stalled completely. Retail is oxygen right now, and without use cases that cater to the retail dopamine hit, most of these chains will simply lag or underperform. XRP is a perfect example of if you build, they will come. He has the comma in the wrong spot, but if you build, they will come. Wrong spot there. But anyway, then he says, I don't care if you are anti-meme coin or whatever. It's clear there is a large market for them, and retail loves gambling. Is it something I am happy about? Of course not, but you also can't deny it either. All these institutional and enterprise-focused networks need to realize that you need to embrace retail now while we wait for the big money to come in. Yeah, so great post. I broadly agree with that. And, waiting for big money, like big money is here. Don't get me wrong. Like there's been real big money from an institutional and enterprise perspective that has come. It literally does exist today. So if I had to nitpick anything, I suppose I'd say that. But, more money is going to flow in as soon as we see markets pick up. The stock market and crypto asset class, they clearly move in tandem. So, we're going to see much greener days in the future. I just think that they're both occurring. But, set that aside. Like, people are having fun doing this, and they're having fun creating things. And I understand that each individual coin, there isn't utility with any of them. And it's unlikely that any of them will have utility ever. Although, who knows? I mean, weird stuff happens, but still, this in and of itself is a use case, whether you like the use case or not. And again, for me, I already said my piece on that. I don't, but other people do, and so that's cool. We don't all have to like exactly the same things. That's perfectly fine. So I'm still happy to see this, even though I don't want it for myself. Very happy to see this. I'm glad people are having fun. Good. I don't see why we shouldn't have that. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think here. I just thought I'd share some good news with you. And again, it's at a time where there's not a lot of excitement in markets, but I do think that's going to be returning sooner than later, probably. As I was talking about in my very last video, there's a track record here. Like, I know crypto's in its nascency still, I'd argue, even though it's 15 years old. There's been enough time passed to be able to draw on historical events in the past to come to conclusions about what's most probable, because history does continue to basically rhyme with itself. And we know that after U.S. elections, once the markets know what to expect, or have a better idea of what to expect based on who's about to be inaugurated as president, that's when more money flows in. It's just markets don't like uncertainty. So after the election's over, which, by the way, what are we, like 9 days away, 8-9 days away, whatever it is, as soon as that's over, even if it's not like snap of a finger and then finally start moving to the upside, I don't imagine it would take that much time if history is to rhyme with itself, because it didn't in the past. So in the meantime, very cool to see all of this, and I just think it's going to amplify whatever was going to happen if these developments didn't occur. Whatever was going to happen, I still think XRP would take off. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like whatever would have happened without that, it's now amplified even further, because when new people do jump in, you better believe that this is something they're gonna figure out about word of mouth. Yep. And again, when this stuff happens, like this is additional. Like price action does follow this. It historically, total value, it just does. And there's so many other incredible things happening on the XRP ledger right now. I just don't see how it makes logical sense to not be bullish on XRP. Certainly, from a number of fundamental perspectives. But XRP is moving in tandem with the rest of the market, like you'd want it to. I've never seen it so perfectly primed since the time that it hit its all-time high. And I do believe the best of days are yet ahead. It's just so weird. Like the concept of XRP having hit that all-time high almost 7 years ago, and that was it. We'd never see another one ever again. That was it. Show's over, folks. And here we are. Community's bigger. There's more use cases, all this stuff. And that was it. Like the idea of that is just absurd to me. It's just some unfortunate things happened with the SEC, so on and so forth, so we haven't seen it yet, but it doesn't mean it won't come. And I believe that those of us who have sufficient patience and have exposure, I believe that we will be rewarded. We just got to wait a little bit longer. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.